Well, May is Women's Health Month, and many experts are taking a closer look at how everyday stress, especially at work, can affect women's mental and physical health. Dr. Natalie Pickering joins us today to talk about why so many women feel stretched thin at work and what we can do about it. And it's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
And I think that's definitely the case, right? At
It
work,
is.
we're all trying to do more and
Yes.
you know, justify our positions.
That's right. That's right. And there are, some factors that the research shows, and even in my conversations, I coach a lot of professional women, a lot of women in leadership. And for example, the burnout, right? The rates of burnout, roughly 10% higher for women across all industries. I think another factor is what we call non-promotable tasks. And these are things like scheduling meetings, helping the new employee get acclimated. There's all of these things that don't go on someone's performance plan, but that often fall to women. In fact, the research shows 200 hours per year, women do these non-promotable tasks more than men.
And we just pick them up.
That's right. That's right.
Because I don't know, do we just assume that we're the ones that are supposed to get that part done?
Yes, I think there are social factors, I think there are cultural factors, and we're good at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what are the needs going to be? Helping people get acclimated, some of those emotional things, the relationship dynamics that are happening on the team. We're good at sniffing those out, right, and stepping into them, but often that kind of work doesn't get noticed or recognized, and that takes a toll on women.
So what can we do? Because we know that that stress is going to bleed over into our personal life, into our family life.
That's right.
Really taking stock in what we have at work.
Yes, and in the short term, stress impacts, right, physically. In the long term, women lose confidence. We do see some depression picking up. So I encourage women each week, keep an impact list. So not just the things you've done, right, that are keeping you busy, but when did you move something forward, right? So even if I did help acclimate the new team member, I'm going to speak up and say, this is helping us not lose productivity, right? This is helping us make that connection. So first for yourself, keep that impact list and then share it, right? And bring some of that invisible work, make it visible.
So I like how you said that, because I think too, oftentimes we think this is just kind of part of it, and that can really bog us down with the other tasks that we need to do as well.
That's right. Yeah, and I think we don't even realize how much of our time, right, or where those 200 extra hours are being spent. So just noting that for yourself, and then, right, the next step is sharing that with your team leader or your boss, and making the connection for them. I'm helping, right, from a performance standpoint. I'm helping from a team dynamic standpoint, and making sure that we're noting where all those hours are going.
And what about your work leaders? Because I feel like they can play a role as well in understanding that dynamic, because of course they want to continue to have that good employee.
That's right. Yeah, even high performers, we know that high performers do 400% more, right, than the average employee, and we do want to keep them. I think the number one thing is psychological safety, right? Do we have a culture and an environment where people can speak up about, maybe inequitable work assignments or all the things that I'm doing that aren't being noticed? If I could choose one thing, it would be to build that culture of psychological safety where we can have these kinds of conversations.
Because that's the honesty, and that's going to get rid of the burnout that we're talking about.
Exactly.
And so many times you don't know about the burnout until they finally come to you and say, I'm kind of done, I've found something else.
That's right. And your high performers, they can do a lot. And so even, do you need help, right? They're not the first ones who are going to say, I need help with this.
Right.
So we're going to create a culture where that's what we do, right? We ask for what we need, we say what isn't working, and that's okay.
And that's okay. And especially this month. And I also like how you said kind of write down and keep tabs on what you have done.
Yes.
It's kind of like the gratitude journal that we do, what we're grateful for. It does help, I think, in lessening that burnout.
Exactly. And teams can do that, right? So I can do it individually, but if I'm a leader, I may even start my next meeting by asking the team, what did you dial up for us this week that we don't realize?
Ah, it's wonderful. Always good information.
Thanks.
Good advice for Women's Health Month. If you have other questions or you would like to learn more, you can always visit her website, NataliePickering.com. She's got great information. Great to have you.
Thank you so much.
We're back with more of Daytime right after this.